WrestlePalooza is just a week away, and this is WWE's first PLE streaming off of ESPN Unlimited. Because of this, WWE is going to want to make the show as big as possible, which is why we have 5 huge matchups already announced. So who's going to win each one? Let's speculate. I'm Brandon, this is Wrestling Talk, and today we're going to break down my predictions for WrestlePalooza. Currently, there are only 5 matches announced for the card, but I can see at least 1 or 2 more being added. So without further ado, let's get started. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. This is the prediction I'm most confident in because this is AJ Lee's first match in like 10 years. So to me, there is no shot her and CM Punk are going to lose. In fact, what I think is going to happen is AJ Lee is going to get the pin on Becky Lynch, thus becoming the #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And that match I can see happening as soon as Crown Jewel Perth, along with CM Punk versus Seth Rollins one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship. Do I think either AJ or Punk are going to get the wins in those one-on-one championship matches? Honestly, no. But I still think those matches are definitely going to happen, and I think Punk and AJ getting the win at WrestlePalooza is going to set those up. Next up, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Undisputed Championship. WWE has given me no reason to believe that Cody is in any danger of losing his title here, mainly because there really hasn't been a feud between these two at all. Drew attacked Cody, writing him off of TV so he could go film Street Fighter, then he had a little feud with Randy Orton, and then weeks later, after their match, Cody made the save, and then made the WrestlePalooza match official. That's really all there is to it. Don't get me wrong, Drew McIntyre needs a big win. I think he needs to be the WWE champion. I am in full support of him beating Cody, but I just don't think it's going to happen, especially since this match is probably going to open the show. Not to mention, Drew McIntyre has had, let's be honest, a really lame year. His feud with Damian Priest in the first part of the year was fine. Then he had the tag match with Logan Paul and Jelly Roll, which was also fine. After the amazing year he had in 2024, we all thought 2025 was going to be the year of Drew McIntyre as potentially a world champion. I think at this point it's official, that's not happening. I don't see this match being the end of their feud though. I can see Cody and Drew having another match at Crown Jewel, maybe even Survivor Series. But even still, I don't think Drew is going to win. I think Cody's going to defeat Drew, then go on to feud with Randy Orton for a bit, who I also think he's going to defeat, and then walk into WrestleMania 42 as the WWE champion. After just getting the title back off of Cena, I don't see WWE taking it off of him until at least WrestleMania. I hope I'm wrong though. Next up, Jimmy and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Don't get me wrong, it's very cool to see the Usos reunite, even though we already kinda saw it at War Games this past year. But let's be honest, after Bronson Reed lost to Roman at Clash in Paris, and after Braun and Bronson lost to Roman and Jey at SummerSlam, the Vision needs this win. Otherwise, they're just gonna be known as some mid-card henchmen who follow Seth around. Not to mention with the story WWE's been telling on Raw recently, it looks like we're going to be seeing a darker side of Jey Uso, one who has kind of been poisoned by Roman Reigns. He says he wants people to acknowledge him, he's been attacking CM Punk and LA Knight, babyfaces. I don't know if it's leading to a full-on Jey Uso heel turn, but what I do think it's leading to is him and Jimmy not being on the same page, thus taking the L at WrestlePalooza. The Vision needs it, the Usos don't, and to be honest, the story they're telling with Jey right now is far more interesting if they lose. Next up, Io Sky versus Stephanie Vakair for the Women's World Championship. This is the match I am the most unsure about, because on one hand, WWE is clearly pushing and getting behind Stephanie Vakair. Ever since moving up to Raw, she has been presented and packaged as a top superstar, and I firmly believe that at some point within the next year, she is going to win a world title and be the face of Monday Night Raw. I just don't know if that time is now though, because ever since Evolution, WWE has really not featured Stephanie Vakair on TV at all. She had a few matches against Chelsea Green, but other than that, she has really just been waiting around for her title match. Whereas when you look at Io Sky, she is still actively involved as a main character on Raw. She has ongoing storylines with both Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Other than Rhea Ripley, she gets the biggest crowd reactions out of anyone on the roster, and if she wins the title at WrestlePalooza, she has 2 immediate matches waiting for her in Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Honestly, I can see Io versus Rhea main eventing Crown Jewel Perth. It could also be Rhea versus Stephanie, but I don't know if WWE wants to put Stephanie in that position so soon after winning a title, because whoever is facing Rhea Ripley in Perth is probably going to get booed, and I don't know if they want want Stephanie to be booed just yet. Here's how I see the match going down. Io Sky does not want Asuka and Kairi interfering in the match. She wants to do it on her own. However, at some point in the match, it's going to be looking really good for Stephanie, almost as if she's going to beat Io Sky. At that point, while Io Sky is down, Kairi will distract the ref, Asuka will attack Stephanie, and then when Io Sky comes to, she'll see that Stephanie is a bit out of it, she'll capitalize, she'll get the win. Only after she wins though does she notice that Asuka and Kairi were even there. So now coming off of WrestlePalooza, Io Sky is the champion, she's very upset with Asuka and Kairi, you can continue to build that feud, and then you can set up Io versus Rhea at Crown Jewel Perth in what will probably be the main event, and from there you can either have Rhea finally beat Io, or you can have Asuka wonk the finish, which to me is a bit more interesting. So as much as I would love it to be Stephanie, I think all signs are pointing to Io, which I'm also not mad at. No matter what happens with this match, it's really a win-win. Moving on. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. As the weeks go on, it's becoming more clear to me that this isn't a case of long-term booking, it's not even a case of short-term booking. This is literally just a case of Triple H booking a match because he knows it'll make money without any story. Why does Brock Lesnar want to face John Cena? We don't know. Quite frankly, I don't think creative knows or cares. I think Brock Lesnar was brought back for two reasons: to end SummerSlam on a massive viral moment, and to set up a huge WrestlePalooza main event. So because of that, I absolutely have Cena winning. I think between now and December, Cena cannot lose at all. He needs to win every single match he has, building up his momentum so that when he loses in his retirement match, it actually means something. I think Brock Lesnar was brought back just for this Cena match, and after he loses, I don't think we're going to see him till the Royal Rumble, which to be honest, I'm totally fine with. Those are the 5 matches currently announced for WrestlePalooza. By the way, I hate that title. If they were going to add any more matches to WrestlePalooza, the only one that makes sense to me is Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. This kind of shows how predictable WWE has become in the past few years, where whenever there's a triple threat or a fatal 4-way, you know that whoever the champion is going to retain, and that the multiple challengers are just there to cancel each other out. Nia Jax has absolutely 0% chance of winning this match, and let's be honest, if Jade Cargill was going to be the one to defeat Tiffany Stratton, it would have happened at SummerSlam. So I think they're just doing the match to do the match. Tiffany's gonna retain, and eventually, I think, have a match against Bianca Belair whenever she returns. Honestly, at this point, I think Bianca is the one to beat Tiffany, and then once Bianca wins, I think that will drive Jade crazy and probably turn her heel. Has there been any setup for this at all? No, but I'm just manifesting it because I think Jade Cargill would be way better as a heel. Also, they could do another Sami Zayn Open Challenge for the US title. I feel like Sami versus Carmelo Hayes is going to happen on the SmackDown before WrestlePalooza, so maybe at WrestlePalooza they do something cool and Ilya Dragunov returns. I think that would be an awesome way to reintroduce him on the main roster. He would still lose to Sami Zayn, but I think they would put on an incredible match. Do I think that's going to happen though? No, I think we got the 5 matches, and then we might add the Tiffany one too. But that's it. Those are my WrestlePalooza predictions. What do you think? Comment below, let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.